Hello everyone. Yeah, this is our continuation of part 3 video. So like in previous video, we created our employee controller, we created index action method, and we created index view, and we display data here by using the scaffolding. Okay. So as I told, in this video, we'll create the index view by self. We'll not use scaffolding, and we'll use some bootstrap classes here. Okay. So let me start. Just let me close it because it's already in running mode. So we'll start here. Okay. So just go to this index action method view, where right click, go to view here. And if you see a lot of code that is generated by scaffolding templates, automatically it's generated by the Visual Studio for us. Okay. So what do you want now? So we are not going to write like using scaffolding to generate this code automatically. So we'll write all this code. So you will get some idea how to write that. You can say the regex syntax and how to write that all the HTML and like C# code combined to each other. Okay. So for now, just let me remove all this code because it's generated by automatically, right? So I removed that. After removing here, okay. So from here you are passing. Okay. And one more thing. While creating this index HTML view, we are using some bootstrap view. I want to use some bootstrap classes. Okay. So for that, we need to use some bootstrap libraries like CSS and JS libraries. So if you go to this www root folder, you find here some like CSS and JS and library folder. Okay. So just expand library folder, and inside the bootstrap folder, we are having some bootstrap classes and JavaScript library with support for the bootstrap. So inside CSS, we are having bootstrap.css, bootstrap grid, and bootstrap reboot something. And inside JS also, we are having bootstrap.js. So to apply the bootstrap in our websites, we need all these library or client-side library, and we can add these library into our layout page. Okay. So where our layout page, just go to view, and inside view, we have shared folder. And here we are having layout.css file. So if you see here, I already implemented, I already used my bootstrap classes here. Okay, that is CS file. And in the bottom of this page, you can find all the script JavaScript file here. Okay, so these are my JavaScript files here, like jQuery. I'm using jQuery here, and bootstrap, and some like site.js, that is like a JavaScript file which we can implement, like we can write code inside a site.js file, and we can use that code anywhere in our throughout the application. Okay. So we have bootstrap CSS library, we have bootstrap JS library. So by appending like these things, we can start using bootstrap. Now come to our view. So we want to display the data. Which data? Already I showed you yesterday, like we have this table, employee table, which we created yesterday by using our like a code first approach. And here we are having this table like employee ID, employee name, job, salary, and here we are having only 2 records. Okay. So let me write code here, and I'll remove this. Now I'm going to use some bootstrap classes like class equals to, I want to give here text info. Okay. So if you use classes like this, see, intelligence will also work. Okay. And give some proper name like employee details. Okay. Now I want to display all the like data which is coming from database in the tabular format. Okay. So just I will use table, or before table, just take some div container. Okay. Use class container class. Okay. And here I want to take some table because I want to display data into table format. Okay. Here also we can use some classes like table underscore hour. I want to use one more class like table bordered to implement border. Okay, table stripped, and okay, if you want to use, you can use table responsive also to make this table responsiveness. Okay, now next what we want t head. Inside t head we need one row tr. Inside we need th. Okay, header part. So how many column we want, how much record we want to display? Just go to our database and see employee id, employee name, employee job, employee salary. 4 column is there, so we'll display 4 record here. So to display the record, I'll use label here. And now in the .NET Core, we are having tag helper. So we can use a tag helper, or we can use HTML helper also. HTML helper, it's like continuation from our traditional .NET. Like in our .NET framework MVC, we use that HTML helpers by using @HTML dot and that label for text box, for like that. We are having a lot of controls. And but in .NET Core, we are going to use tag helper. Okay. So how tag helper we can use here? Just we need to write ASP4. Okay. So this is the like this we can use tag helper, and before each tag helper we are having the name like ASP. So ASP for ASP something like that, ASP controller, ASP action, ASP root, like that we are having a lot of. So it will start from ASP. Okay, so it's easy to remember. Now ASP4, what is our property? So let me use here model dot first or default. Why I'm using this first or default? Because if you see here, we are having a list or enumerable. Okay, so the data is coming in the form of list. So to display here, I need to use first or default method, because I want to just display here employee ID. Okay, see now intelligence is working. Also you have proper intelligence support here. You can use some bootstrap class also, like, or not required. Already we are inside the table. Okay, so one th, we can copy and paste 3 and 4. So one for employee ID, one for EMP name. Okay, and here we can write EMP job and EMP salary. Now header is ready. After that, we want to display the data which is coming from database. So what we'll do, we'll write here T body. Okay, body part. Now again we need to create one more row, and this row should not be created like this. We need to use for each loop, because we are having the list of employee here. So we need to iterate that loop or iterate that collection, then only we can show the record. Okay, how we will do, how we'll write the C# code here? We need to use @ symbol. Okay, when you are writing any C# code inside HTML, just use that symbol. So your intelligence will work, and we can write the C# code, or we can like combine C# and HTML code. So just write for each. Okay. Oh, I don't want to write for. I want to write here for each loop @ Okay. So like that we can write our for each loop. Take some where. Here I'll take alias name like EMP in @ model or capital model. Okay. Capital @ not required. Already we are in C# code. Now just create one tr here. Okay, inside TRB we want one TD, and here I want to display those names. Okay, so here if you want to use, we can use our traditional HTML helper like HTML dot display for, okay, and lambda expression emp dot empid. Okay, so like that. See here I used tag helper and here I'm using HTML helper. Okay, so like that TD. So you can use both of, depend upon you. Okay, so empid, emp name, emp salary, and emp, okay, emp job. So here we should be emp job and here should be emp salary. Okay, so our view is ready, and just let me run this. We'll see how it's looking. Project is building now. Okay, still showing home page. We need to go employee controller, need to hit here, then it will show employee controller, and like you see here now it's looking somewhat better, right? We are having that employee detail header, something it's very looking very heavy. You can change it. You can use your H2 or H3. H2 I think fine. Just save it and refresh your browser. See here, employee details, and we are having table also, proper border, and however stripped also we are having, but we want some here like actions like create button, and we want edit, update, and delete button. Okay, so for that we need to write some extra code. Just let me add here one more th, and just give some name for column. If you don't want to give, no issue. And here inside this td, I want to use some anchor tag. Okay, because I want to use like some button here. So anchor tag, and you can give here name like edit. You can use class, bootstrap class, so it should look like button. Okay, so just write class equals to btn primary. You have proper intelligence support, btn primary. One more. Okay, 3. One for edit, one for details, and one for delete the record. Okay, delete the record. So when we'll click on edit button, it should go to some action method, right, to perform edit operation. For that we can specify esp underscore action. Which action you want to go, just give some any name like this edit operation. So I'll create here, I'll give edit name. Okay, what is controller name? So just write asp controller, employee controller. We already in employee controller, so no need to write all these like controller name here, but for showing you I'm just writing, and it's like a good practice to write all these things, because if you are working on another controller and you want to redirect to some another controller, so like you will remember. Okay, so like how to write this code and these tags. And while when we are clicking on edit, we want to pass some root data. Okay, so here how we can pass root data, we have here asp underscore root, asp hyphen root, and here you can use id. Why I used id? Because Here you can use anything, whatever you want, ID or some extra name like imp ID. It's depend upon you. But remember, whenever you are using here this parameter, or we can say this variable, same variable we need to use into our edit action method as a parameter. Then only that automatic parameter mapping will happen, and you will access the ID data into your action method. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. So here, how we will pass? We have that emp object, right? Emp. So emp dot emp id will pass as a root value. Okay. So this is ready now. So here also, just I'll copy and paste same things for all three. Okay. But for this controller, this is our details. So the action method for this should be details, and again copy and paste, and this is our delete operation. Okay, so just give action name as delete. Here controller same, id same, and we'll create one more button here, and it should be create employee root. We don't want to pass any root here. Okay, and the name should be create. Class, it's a primary. Okay, just let it stop first. This should give any name. I want to use success class. Okay, BTN success, and just come down. BTN primary here we use. Here we can use BTN success intelligence showing, and for delete we will use danger. Okay, BTN danger. Now everything's set. Let me run this project and we'll see how it's looking. Okay, there is some issue. The name cannot directly contain a field or member. Okay. Showing some problem with our for each loop. Okay, I think somewhere it missed TD tag. Just close it. Okay, and here also we forget to close, so just close it. Okay, and now it's looking good. Now let me run. Okay, again home came, just go to employee and see, now it's looking good. Added delete and delete detail delete we are having, and we are having create button, or just change this name to create new employee. Okay, and I don't want this button here. Okay, so what I will do, I'll use here some style. Style and margin left. I want to give some margin left something. First I'll try to give this one and see how it's working. Okay, to give some more, we can use inspect developer tool, we can use, and like this. From here you can increase the margin, and you can see how much you need to give. We need to use one. Pixels. Okay, margin 10199. Okay, so just here we can give the value same 1099. 1099. Okay, now refresh your browser. Nothing happened. Just let me close it and run it again. Just write employee. Still it's not working. Some problem with my CSS. Okay. Style margin left. I didn't use pixel here. Now refresh it. See, now it's came properly. So it's now looking good. Sorry, just let me close it. Okay. So we are having now create new employee button, edit button, details button, delete button. Okay. If you want to create create new employee, just we'll click on create button and we need to we need to create some page. So from where we can insert all the data. Okay. So suppose if you want to click out here, and if you see nothing is happening here, right? Because it want to go to this create action method. Currently we don't have this action method. So this is our controller, right? Employee controller. Just go to employee controller and see we don't have any method here like create. That's why it's showing error. Okay, or we can say a page not found something. Okay, so we'll try to create that create method, and we'll see how to write all the insertion logic and how to apply that validation by using data annotation, client side validation as well as server side validation. Okay, so we'll see all these things in our next video. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you once again. Bye bye.